In this unit's rhythm section, we're going to talk a little bit more about time signatures. So let's do a quick review of what you already know about time signatures. The top number tells you how many counts are in the measure. In this case, the top number is 4, and the bottom number, remember, is a code. In this case, the 4 equals quarter note. So what this is telling you is that there are 4 quarter notes in the measure. And once again, you can have literally 4 quarter notes, or you can have any combination of notes that adds up to 4 quarter notes. We've also talked about 3/4 time signature, and we've also talked about a 2/4 time signature. Now, with all of the time signatures that we've talked about, they've all had the bottom number of 4. Okay? And that's what's going to change for this lesson. If the bottom number is 2 instead of 4, you might venture a guess that 2 equals half note. And in fact, you would be correct. So what this time signature is saying is that there are 4 half notes in the measure. So again, literally, you can have 4 half notes, or you could have a combination of note values that add up to 4 half notes. You might have a whole note and 2 half notes, or you might have a whole note, 2 quarter notes, and a half note. Or you could get the eighth notes involved as well. Or all these combinations could be used in conjunction with rest as well. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky though. Because the bottom number is 2, it means that this note, half note, gets the count of 1. Okay? So essentially, this number not only means that you have 4 half notes, it also means that you have 4 counts in the measure. And in this case, each half note is counted as 1. So the way you count this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So in effect, it's like having 4 quarter notes. It's just written differently. But in 4/4 time, it'd be written like this. In 4/2 time, it would be written like this. Okay. Now, if the half note gets the count of 1, then what do you think the whole note gets? Okay. A whole note is still equal to 2 half notes. So a whole note gets 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you might wonder, how are the quarter notes counted? And the quarter notes are essentially eighth notes, because a quarter note is still half of a half note. So you would count it 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. This gets a little bit confusing, but this is yet another example of why music is related to math or compared to math a lot. But it's all about practice. The more you practice with this kind of stuff, the more comfortable you'll get with it. Okay, so do some practice with it, and we've got just one more thing to talk about in this unit's rhythm section.